Owen Hart. We talked about Owen Hart a bit earlier. But I've got to ask you, so you have a few with him for a few months. You do a couple of special matches. You know, you do the dungeon match with Dan Severn as referee. And, of course, you do the Lion's Den match, which, for people who don't know, it was sort of a quasi-UFC kind of thing in the WWF mold. Who came up with the idea for the shape of the cage?
Yeah, I know they came to me with a lot of the options of it. And I came up with the slant because I felt like if we were going to do it in a cage fenced area, we need to be able to work off of it. And the only way we could do that is by having a slant to it to be able to go up the sides a little bit, but yet still have it up high enough to where it looked like the octagon. And then, of course, the weapons, I remember coming up with the idea of being able to put weapons around the top of it where you could reach it. We could fight and try and keep people from limit. You know, it's just a lot of great abilities to be able to work a match in there without having to bounce off the ropes. But just like with Owen did, or where he was able to jump off the side of the fence and and be able to hit me with something. And so it was just real creative to be able to take a cage like that and be able to use it for a pro wrestling match.
Who's sorry, I'll forget that. I'll re-say it. Is how many times would somebody come to you with, here's the latest version of the concept, what do you think? And then you'd add changes? Or did you basically have one meeting, give your opinion, and then it turned up?
Not sure what you mean on that.
Sorry, as far as the construction of the Lion's Den cage itself, were people constantly asking your opinion to develop it, or did you just have one meeting and then the Lion's Den cage turns up fully formed?
No, there were several things that they brought and showed and talked about, because that was a big deal, right? I mean, that was who I was. That's where I was at. So to be able to have input on that, for them to involve me, I was very happy, because if they would have just come up with it, they'd have come up with the straight fence, and that would have been really difficult to work off of that. So being able to, add that slant in there, even be able to add that platform above, which we never really used, I don't think, is coming off the top of it, but we could have. But it was just, like I said, it was just being able to build something that I felt like we could add more to an actual cage match. And that was really the concept of going into a lot of that, was more towards wrestling, not as an MMA fight. There was got to be other opportunities for us to use, like the weapons at the top, being able to crawl up there and get them, being able to jump off those fences because they were angled a little bit. So you were able to get up there and get off of them better. So it was, and being able to actually roll into those, being able to lay on them, being able to, put people into there and being able to fight while you're still in the defense. So there was, like I said, they come to me several times with those different ideas. And so I'm glad that we did it that way too, because, man, I'm telling you, it would have been really difficult with just a regular straight up fence.
What happened to the cage itself? Did you ever try and get it for your gym at the time, or whatever happened to the Lion's Den?
I don't know, but it seems to me like they're starting to do those kinds of matches again. Like there's WWF's bringing those things back, or what is it, WCW now, or
WWE.
WWE. So they're starting to bring those type of hybrid wrestling matches in now. So it's exciting. I like it. I think it's where people want it to go.
And right, so when I watched it, and the SummerSlam '98 one with Owen versus you, that mat, that canvas, looked like it had no give whatsoever. It looked like it killed you every time you slammed onto it. Is that true, or?
Yeah, it didn't bother me much, but for someone that was used to a ring that flexed a little bit, I could only imagine how it would feel to them, it not moving. But for me, because I fought on it for so long and I've been slammed on it and, worked off of it, it was normal for me. So for them, yeah, I can almost imagine. It's like, wait, there's no give.
I can easily imagine someone landing on that and just shitting the pants. Just you know what I mean?
Yeah, don't eat a lot of yogurt before you go out there.